Uh,
As we do.
to be honest, I did as well when I was looking at changing my team for Formula One and realised it was closed.
Oh, bugger. It's because they had the sprint race yesterday.
Sprint race today, qualifying yesterday.
I just want to grab my phone. I realise I don't have my phone with me. Just in case Oleg's letting me know that he's
at the gate.
Delayed. Or at the gate. Just hold on. Yeah, no message from him. So why don't we kick it off?
Yeah.
Let me just make sure that all the streaming is streaming. Looks like it's streaming.
You don't have our normal background.
No, my green screen fell down. Okay.
No, I mean...
So Facebook...
The layout.
Oh.
The wallpaper that we normally have.
Oh. I think Oleg might be here. I just want to copy the stream key. And just give me a second. Open the gate. I'm multitasking. Opening the gate for Oleg. I'm just going to play the background music.
Dude, have you got a load shedding coming up?
I didn't even check, dude. You would have thought I would check by now, hey?
It says 11 till 1:30, stage 3 for Malansov. But that means...
Your time.
Now.
Oh, mother fluffer. Yeah, it's going off now at 12. No, it's going off at 12.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
so we've
Maybe
got
it's
45
just
minutes. We've got 45 minutes and some change. For some reason, the I don't know why, it says problem with the stream. Okay, so let's get the stream key. I'll paste that in. I'll say okay, and I'll start. Oh, it starts streaming. Yeah. Okay, now we're streaming everywhere. Yeah, so Oleg has arrived, but he's still having a cigarette. You know, priorities. Clearly, priorities. Okay, right. Let's do this. Chank, 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 chank. I was going to change the music today. Didn't happen, dude. Didn't happen.
Well, really?
Yeah. So, what were you saying about the layout?
It's not the normal layout.
Why?
I can't see you. All I see is your icon.
I know why. I know why. Is that better?
No.
No, come on.
Same.
Okay, but what's the problem? It's just showing the... Oh, you know what it is? The camera. How about turning the camera on? Can you see me now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you see my green screen has fallen down?
It's now a red car.
Yeah, it's a red car. We're back to showing off my toys. My Ford Figo.
Is this because you actually cleaned the garage out last weekend?
No, I started yesterday. So I got to finish it off. Sorted out all the oil. I had some leftover oil when I drained my bike. I put that into a canister that I can go dispose of responsibly. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. I need to finish that off. It's a dude. I now know that I'm 50 because by 12 o'clock I was finished. Like I had a power nap in the afternoon.
Did you wake up all sore? Something's broken.
Well, okay, I didn't wake up sore, but yes, I was tired yesterday, dude. By 12 o'clock because I got up early. Look, it's Oleg. I got up early and like I was cleaning out the garage. I washed my motorbike, all that kind of stuff, and then I was like finished.
That's 12. It. No.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Yeah,
I can only do things in half an hour bursts now.
Well, thanks for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Sorry, guys, I'm late. The day got better of me. Thanks for having a haircut,
especially for the episode. I mean, that's good effort, man.
So the important thing to note here is that potentially we've only got 45 minutes. Who knows with Teams? Because all of a sudden Teams is working now. I didn't do anything.
You serious?
Yeah, and then the power's going off at 12. So
okay, it's a race to the last second between Teams and NASCOM. Yeah. Who do you think is gonna win?
Teams.
Okay. Okay, so
you don't have a license fee for ESCOM.
Talking about NASCAR, let's talk about Formula One.
Okay.
Okay, so the format.
How's your team doing, Oleg?
I don't have teams.
Oh. Okay.
I decided to give Andrew and Lester a chance.
Listen to oh my goodness. Wow. Well, at least we're going to have a new winner this year. Absolutely. That's good. That's what people want to see. That's what the fans want.
Yeah, if you want to follow our teams on Formula One Fantasy, you can go for it.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Weekend Craic.
I'll follow. I still got the link, so.
Yeah, just bring the trophy back soon, yeah?
I'm wondering who I'm gonna be giving my trophy back to this year.
Probably Leicester.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Leicester's leading.
How much?
Quite a bit actually.
Okay, so you're out of the race already?
Yeah, I am.
No, this is rubbish because we're only a few races in.
Yeah, okay. We're only on our fourth race.
So, but what are we talking about? Are we talking about like all the teams?
Or No. We like up and down.
Up and down. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's no front runner single team. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no front runner in the fantasy league. So, what I want to talk about was the new formats of the sprint race, seeing that the fantasy is closed because of that. They did qualifying yesterday for Sunday.
Yeah.
And they're doing the sprint shootout, which I suppose is like the sprint qualifying, and the sprint today, and then tomorrow is the race. Whereas last year it was they did qualifying on the Friday. That determined the starting grid for the sprint race, and the sprint race, the finishing grid was the grid for the actual race. Yeah. And then the other interesting thing is on the sprint shootout today, I think they tell them what tires they have to use. So they have to use medium, they have to use soft, when they're doing the sprint qualifying. Okay. So that might be interesting because yesterday, I don't know if you watched the qualifying and the practice yesterday. There was quite a lot of so they got new surface in some areas of the track, and because they only had one practice round, normally they have 2 or 3. They only had one free practice session, so there wasn't a lot of rubber on the road, and there were a few red flags in Q1 because the guys were losing grip. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen when they're running on mediums today. So I expect a couple of red flags.
I'm assuming that Formula 2 and 3 are also there.
Mm.
So they would have contributed to the rubber, the laying down of the rubber.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen.
So I was interested because with the exclusion of the Chinese Grand Prix, we haven't had a race for a few weeks. So I thought, let's see who brings the biggest upgrades to the table in that month period. And looking at the qualifying, it's got Ferrari back on top.
Yeah, they're back on top.
Which is good to see.
But do you know that Verstappen's never got pole at the Baku? But he's won it a couple. I think he's won it once. He could have won it twice, but he had that puncture.
I mean, is this what his career has come to already? Just finding those little gaps of things that he hasn't ticked, like fastest lapped at Monaco, or I haven't got pole position at Baku. All right, that's the objective for this weekend. Just get that tick on that box. It's missing because I've got everything else. Okay. Now, well, he's gonna have to wait another year now. Oh, bless him.
Damn. And talking about that, he was. I saw something on the wires during the week that he's not wanting to go for the most championship wins. So the 7 is the benchmark at the moment with Schumacher.
He's not going for it.
He says he's not going for it. He's quite happy. Like if he was to end his career now, he's achieved what he wanted to do.
We're years away from that.
Yeah.
We're a long way. When he gets to 6, then you have that. Then you ask that question.
Yeah. Yeah. No, true.
Because he's dominant doesn't mean he's going to be here for years.
Yeah, and I mean, what do you think? I had a thought and it's gone. The joys of being 50. Old man. Yeah. What was it? It was to do with Verstappen. Yeah, I wonder if it's best to finish your career on a high rather than, have that gradual
tail off
decline. Yeah. But do you think he wants to finish and think that, he could have, but we'll never know?
I think it also depends on money, right? So it's like if he still can ride it out. No, it always depends on money.
Well, it depends on his gambling habits, I suppose.
Yeah.
But he's already made tons of money by that point. So I don't think money comes into it.
Dude, with these guys, it's never enough, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose the more money you have, the more
the more you spend.
Yeah. My perspective is that these guys are racing drivers. This is if they do it for the money, the fame, and all those things. But actually, the number one thing is it's in their blood that they are racing drivers. They like to compete.
Yeah.
They like to race at speed. So
well, I mean, look at Alonso. Alonso's still going.
To try and Alonso maybe did the right thing, which is what Grosjean's trying to do, but I'm not going to put them in the same category.
No, definitely not.
A lot of Formula One drivers go to other types of motorsport and compete there at different types of things. I think if you can steer away from the money and all of that, try and get out, go and try other types of sport rather than just do Formula One because that's what you've always done and you're good at it.
Yeah, so Alonso, he did the Le Mans, so the 24-hour, and then I think he also tried his hand at Indy as well.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get the triple crown where, you're a champion, Formula One, the 24-hour, and then also Indy. I don't think he got it.
No, I don't think he did. He did all right, from what I remember.
Yeah. Right.
What was his name? Wasn't Raikkonen? They went into. It's one of the Finnish drivers.
Mika Häkkinen.
Häkkinen, yeah.
Häkkinen went into rallying.
Rally, yeah.
Yeah.
He did okay as well.
Oh, well, Raikkonen went into
He's
rally.
crazy.
Yeah. And then there was also Robert Kubica as well. And then he had that
he had that accident.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when to retire.
Yeah. When you start having
bump
lots
your
of
head enough
accidents.
times.
Yeah. Yeah, then in that case, Vettel should have retired a long time ago.
Ooh.
Oh. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
And that brings us to the end of today's cast.
Yeah. Yeah. So, next topic, AI applications.
Wow. Are we going to open up a can of worms?
No, not really. So I decided to try out some of these video editing AI tools. I only really use one successfully because the others don't have like a free plan. You just got to sign up straight. So you don't even know what you're signing up for. But the one that I was interested in using is called video.ai. And I'd heard a couple of times, these content creators upload your video, give it keywords, and it chops, or it can just do it automatically, chop up the video. So I took last week's episode 107, and uploaded it to video on my free account. So you get 75 minutes, I think it's per month. So already I've used up 40 minutes because our episode was 39 minutes and 37 seconds. Something like that. And then it created 20 short clips for me. 3 of them I've uploaded onto my TikTok channel, so you can go check it afterwards. You go look for the Bearded Fen. I've posted one today, and then I've scheduled 2 for tomorrow.
So you've looked at all of them?
Yeah.
And your take?
So has it done it right? I mean, 20,
Pretty
we were only
good.
on air for like
Pretty good.
45 minutes or so.
Yeah, so what it does is it generates around about a 1 minute clip. Some are less than 1 minute, and others are just over a minute. So I think it's great. I think it would.
You're happy with the results?
I'm very happy with the results.
So how much time did it save you?
Well, bearing in mind that my daughter was doing my editing of the snippets back, 18 months ago.
Our producer,
who's
before
now,
she's retired.
She dropped us.
She retired.
Yeah, she got a scholarship from her dad.
Oh,
to go to varsity.
Is that not a salary?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it would take her probably 4 hours on a Monday to do the snippets. Yeah, to do the snippets. Yeah.
Yeah, that's time.
Yeah.
And this took how long?
A couple of minutes.
From the time you started uploading?
5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. So do you think it's gonna be a useful tool for?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you've got a podcast, how does it do it? I'd recommend it. So I mean,
how does it do it?
So I suppose it must do voice to text, and then look for keywords, and then, But here's the kicker. Okay, so that's my free account. And on the free account, you can only. So the nice thing about it is you can also format the videos for the different portraits, landscape, square. So wherever you're going to post it, you can create it's got these templates. And it's got multiple templates, I don't know. Plenty. And so you can only save one template on your free account.
Okay.
And you can only export in 720. Can't export it in HD. That's the free account. And you only get like 75 minutes per month or whatever.
Okay.
So, I mean, we wouldn't even be able to do 2 episodes.
Okay.
That's if we did 2 episodes a month, right?
Yeah.
So how much is a subscription?
Oh, here we go, baby. Okay, so they got two tiers. The first tier is like HD video, save your templates, no problem. But the limit is the number of minutes that you can process. So for the first tier, it's 3,600 minutes for the year.
For the year.
For the year. So we could do 1 year's Weekend Craic episodes. We could probably get away on that.
Sorry, that's output of minutes or input?
Oh, no, input of minutes. So when you upload the video, if the video is like 60 minutes, then that's 60 minutes that you've used. So
what was it, 3,000 what?
3,600. So that's 60 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's a year. So if we run over an hour, let's say we do an hour and 15, so you will be able to bang out.
Well, we probably miss a week here and there.
Yeah, so we've got plenty of time. So that's great. And then the next tier is 6,000 minutes for the year.
Well, when we move this to a daily kræk.
Yeah. Or if I was to use it for my other podcasts that I
Of
do,
course,
the
of course.
plenty that I have in the
The
background.
other station that we never talk about.
Yeah, the other station we never talk
So
about.
what's the cost?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, of course.
Yeah,
the most
like,
important
The most
thing.
important thing.
Okay.
The
So
subscription.
subscription for the first tier is how much would you be prepared to pay for it?
I don't know, $40.
I presume it's a monthly subscription.
So no, you gotta pay for the year up front.
Okay.
$40 a month, so that's like $500.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking 600, 700.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go
Dollars, eh? Dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
US.
Okay. So
Dollars.
it's not as expensive as that.
Oh, wow.
It's $299 for the year
300. Okay.
on the first tier,
Second
and
tier?
the second tier is $499. So call it 500.
Okay.
500. So is it worth it?
Well, let's go and check out
So
the
that's
clips that it's
that's-
made.
So on the first tier,
Hang on.
on the first tier, that's in rond. That's $5,800.
What's that in real money, though?
Okay, what's real
Always
money?
got to get that in.
What's real money?
Yeah.
What's classified as real money?
Yeah. Yeah. Just
The
be careful. We're going to
great
get cancelled just now.
British pound.
Oh, that thing. Pounds sterling. So it's 400. Call it $500 a month. 483.
Yeah.
Is it worth
Well,
it?
Well, let's go and have a look at what the output is. I can't believe the speed. But there's also the other thing here. You then have to go and filter through 20 clips and use them. That's great.
No, dude, it's pretty. Takes you 15 minutes, dude, and you could schedule the videos for the week. So you could post 2 videos every day for a week.
Wow, artificial
social.
intelligence, that is useful.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not going to see this, but I'll show Oleg.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to. I wonder if I can. Let's
I
see
want to
here.
know how it's going to edit this clip that we've just gone through.
Yeah.
It does a
let's see
snippet
here.
of itself.
So I suppose if we planned the podcast fairly well, it would help.
Can it
With
plan the
creating-
podcast for us?
No,
Can it
that's what you got
actually do the
ChatGPT
podcast?
for. I wanted to see if I could share my screen. Websites. Let's see if I can whip this up quickly. I'm just gonna say your desktop. And then let's see here. I'm going to add screen capture, window capture. Let's do window capture. And I want Chrome.
I think you need to select add existing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got Chrome set up already. Okay, let me just see what this looks like. Well, it should be showing.
I think you need to go to settings and choose.
I need to go to that. There you go. Right, and then I'm going to change this to video AI. And you should be able to see this now, Lester. Can you see that?
We transitioned.
Yeah. So just to show you what it did, if I go home, all right, let's go to video AI. This is last week's episode. So you can see our process. It even does chapters for you, which are like 2-3 minutes long. So you could even create, there's a 14 minutes conversation about Starlink, and there's some more Starlink. So it's, yeah, right? And then we've got this little, but if I look here, which is quite cool, because like if we look at Jack Nicholson's 85th birthday, the world's largest lollipop, the world's first motor race, Metallica #1 in the UK. We spoke about AI scamming. You can see there's 59 seconds, all that kind of stuff. And here we were talking about
a lot of rubbish, eh?
yeah, we were talking about Formula One. So you see here, it can can set up different things. So if I change
Oh,
this
okay.
to portrait,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
So like on
and
the
then it's
fly.
got
That's pretty cool.
subtitles. But if I change this, it'll let's see, see there, it changes the template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so I can go in here and say, okay, well, I want to edit and download the video, so I can go here. I mean, I can play around. You know, I can do something like this. I can actually make it, well, okay, I'm going to do this on TikTok. So I want portraits, and okay, well, I want, say like this. So I don't know if you'll hear this. Let's just see if I can get this right.
I heard a cow moo.
Wasn't me. Okay. You should have an echo now. Talk.
Hello?
You got an echo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So then you should be able to hear this. And let's play this. Play. So what I said we were going to chat about, okay, well, Formula One, interestingly enough, Formula One, I mean, by the time we have our next Grand Prix, which is next weekend, which reminds me I need to go look at my teams again, you know,
Thanks,
seeing that I'm allowed to tweak them a bit, I think I must take up that option.
Oh, what sound? Yeah.
Okay, so you get the idea, right?
I get the idea.
You get the idea. So I think it works very well. I think it's flipping awesome.
I mean,
you know,
how are you going to break it to our producer or our original producer that she's now being made redundant by AI?
I've told her already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How did that go
How
down?
did she take the news?
No, she took
Did
it
she
very
high
well.
five you and hug you, and
Yeah,
or did she go, "Oh no"?
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't think she sounds like that.
No. No,
that's
anyway,
pretty cool.
So
So
yeah,
are we
it's
going to use
cool.
ChatGPT then to actually come up with the topics and the dialogue? So we just read off a script,
Well,
and then we can use the. I was looking at the pictures that we generally that we created. I mean, we're not far off of piecing all these things together, so we can just sit in bed and watch the podcast ourselves.
Well, yes, exactly. And yesterday, Oleg and I were having a conversation about. Was it yesterday or the day before?
The day before, yeah.
Day before. We were talking about this, and I was saying that, you know, we could actually create the podcast without us even doing anything. So we can get the script and all that from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
We could use another AI tool to do our voices, not anyone's voices, our voices.
Yeah.
And we could get AI to generate the video, the actual video, and then we could then use AI to clip create clips out of the podcast and post it for us on social media, and we don't have to do anything.
I mean,
Probably 20 minutes time for a podcast.
Did
it
you
would
guys
do it in 5 minutes.
Did you
So
guys?
you could do it between your load shedding.
Oh, that's the thing is we could auto generate the podcast during those times when we have the load shedding.
Did you guys watch that video of Joe Rogan AI podcast conversation with Sam Altman, who's the OpenAI CEO?
No, I saw some clips.
It is incredible, dude. Like honestly, you know, for me, you know, like a Turing test is when you reach a point when you stop knowing when you're interacting with AI, and that passed the Turing test.
Yeah, well, you showed me that video of Joe Rogan's podcast episode that was completely generated with.
Yeah. Like if I put it on for you, like on the background, and you're listening to it, like you won't know that this is not Joe Rogan and Sam Altman.
It's crazy.
And it's not deep fake stuff, right? It's like it's beyond deep fake. It's like they're having a meaningful conversation between themselves. It's not like, hi, how are you doing? I know I'm fine, type of thing. They're having a meaningful conversation, and this guy is talking exactly like how Joe Rogan would be talking.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Lester, your take?
I meant to look at it and I forgot. So I'm just making a note to myself here to go and watch it after this. But I think,
to self.
yeah, let's come back to it because I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like him, sort of things he would say. I'm interested in the timbre of the voice, obviously. Does it sound like him? Does it have the same words that he would use? But yeah, let's come back to it. Make a note. Next week's podcast review. Oleg's already started his review, so we'll have to make sure our AI editor actually remembers to come back and piece the two together. Oh, can it do that?
Yes, most likely it can. Most likely it can. So Lester, would you see this whole thing going?
Where do I see it going?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, let's take it let's just fast forward 5 years from now. Because, when we were chatting about it with the Bearded Fen when we met, the infusion of technologies was happening slowly. Like if you see like the groundbreaking stuff, like the internet, the email, the voice over IP, it happened fairly slowly. Like most likely it happened really fast in the human lifetime span, right? But like,
yes, it did. Yeah.
But like if you look back, it's like the change actually happened, but it happened pretty slowly, right? Like relatively for us. And then would you expect the same trend to continue with like infusion of AI tech?
So what you're suggesting is it's going to speed up faster.
Yeah,
because AI can make everything faster.
I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of disruptions in known spaces that people are comfortable with, and some of these disruptions are going to be good, some of them are bad. It's like, when new groundbreaking stuff comes up, there's always a good angle and a bad angle, and it's like, take it with both.
Okay, so AI for good. Who decides what the boundaries are? I mean, if you have a self-driving car, so that you're out on the beers and your car is actually monitoring how much you're drinking and knows when to get you home by because it's synchronized with the wife's diary or whatever it is. So the car lets you know that it's leaving in 5 minutes. You're leaving in 5 minutes. You should have your average consumption of alcohol is X amount of beer per minute. I estimate that you have 10 minutes left. I factored in the fact that you might need to go to the toilet, so I will be leaving in 15 minutes and I'm exactly here. Do we just conform to society norms and go with the AI, or do we fight it and say, no, I'm going to have another one. Screw you. You're not my mother. Just, you're a car. Just, I will go when I want to go.
What happens if your
okay,
car...
I'm off, bye.
What happens if your car calls the police on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
worse,
yeah, but
it doesn't. Instead of delivering you in the drunk state to your house, it delivers you straight to the police station.
It's crazy.
Where you, because of all the AI, you've already been tried and found guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are sentenced to 12.35 hours in isolation. Your criminal record, this is the third time in your life that this has happened. You're now on your final warning. Ah!
But can you imagine like the level of efficiency that that can improve? For example, say in UK, right? There's a lot of camera speeding fines being issued, etc. What if you could basically take a shot take a speeding shot, basically determine your excess speed, determine the rate of the fine, find the person, and debit his bank account for the fine, all in a matter of 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
As you cross that camera.
Yeah, no, I can see this happening already.
And then you just get
yeah.
an SMS. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Come
and you
again.
could lose. Yeah, your car just shuts down because you've got so many points on your license that
Like your
not
driver's
only
license.
have you been made bankrupt.
I mean,
Can you imagine that? So you were just going, let me see what this car can do, and you go through massive speed, get a massive fine, automatically comes off. It affects your credit limit. It affects your balance. The AI is already generated that you can't get this money back. So it's already let your landlord know. Your landlord's automatically locked you out because you can't pay. We can already foresee that you won't be able to pay the rent. So we're getting ahead of that process. So there's a trigger. There's a sequence of things that happen. That's out of your control that you're blissfully unaware of.
Yeah.
Where does this stop? We could nip it in the bud rather than just go, let's support this invention. Let's pour money into AI. Yes. I don't know. It's interesting times. I'm intrigued to see where we go, but it will get to that point where society will need to decide how far we take this. This is going back to all those movies from the 70s and 80s, those sci-fi movies, because they knew about automation. They said, in the future, we'll have automation. We'll have robots that live in our houses with us, that do all the cleaning and interact with us, etc. Yeah, our lives will be made easier.
So think about it this way. Technological progress was always, our progress as species have always been driven by our ability to increase the work output, right? I'm just going to put it like this, right? So the first stage was like using horses to plow and stuff like that, right? So that was
1 horsepower, yeah.
That was like a very basic stage, right? The next stage came Industrial Revolution, steam engine. Now we can multiply the power output and productivity output, I don't know how many times, 100,000 folds, right? And then the wheels start turning quicker, right? Then basically came, I think like one of the
major so we're speeding up, right?
Milestone was the internet, because communication was like everything. Can you imagine in the old days, you send a telegram? It was like Twitter at that stage. You limited to a certain amount of characters.
Stop.
but you know what I mean. It's like or send a letter. Right now, the communication is flowing. It's flowing constantly. Like the whole world is connected. Right now, we have AI where we can merge all this tech in one essentially space. Eventually, maybe not yet, but eventually. And then you're going to have a platform that will be able to manage your productivity, output, your communication, everything. Boom, 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 boom. Automatically, seamless. All right. So then you're going to basically increase your productivity output another 100,000, 100 or 1,000-fold, right? So we're standing at that cusp. I think, personally, we're standing at that cusp of next industrial revolution. I'm just wondering who's going to be the horse here.
Well, it's going to be an AI. It's going to be the horse.
No. Remember,
AI drives the AI that drives the AI.
Remember, before
it's
the industrial
hierarchy system.
Before the industrial revolution, horses had lots of jobs to do. Plowing, carrying people, blah blah blah, this and that and that.
Yeah, but technologies can work in parallel.
True.
They were still plowing the field during the Industrial Revolution. There was still horse plowing going on. There was still horse-drawn carriages.
True, but fast forward 30 years, tractors, blah blah blah, increasing productivity output, blah blah blah. I mean, even now,
Lamborghini went from making tractors to fast cars.
Yeah.
through necessity.
But-
Okay.
But let's assume that to a large extent, shortly afterwards, you know, a lot of horses went on retirement.
Surplus to requirement.
Yeah.
Hmm. So if this speeds up, which it will, everything's going to get speeded up again. The technological advances are going to get sped up. So rather than stuff happening, we think it's happening fast. Things change in our generation. The next generation feels it's even faster, and so the next generation's complaining about how things are speeding up. But
Yeah.
it's going to get to the point where instead of things happening over 20 years, which is what we're used to, now 10, then 5, then it's an annual thing. You're going to get to the point where as soon as you put an app on your phone, it's outdated the next day because it's been you can't keep up with it. At some point, humans are going to go, this isn't actually not working so well for me. I'm going to stick with my old way of doing things, and you reload your Facebook app and dream of the old days. But yeah, human intervention will come into this. Got to. But we at this stage we're exploring what we can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's enjoy the ride. I'm sure there's going to be lots of things that come out we didn't even think about where AI has done something to change the world.
But I'm really glad
We're
that
going to go, wow.
Andrew's starting to experiment with these tools, right? It's like Andrew's jumping on the strain and it's like, okay, let me try and play around with these with these tools and like how they can be used and what do they do.
They're not always great, right? I mean, look at the pictures that were generated.
I was showing earlier now that there's a guy on TikTok who posts AI generated pictures, photographs of celebrities, and they are pretty realistic.
Yeah,
and
I've seen some of the guys doing some amazing stuff like on Midjourney and Leonardo.
Yeah. So I mean, it just opens up a whole new can of worms.
But do you see
So when we finish watching Netflix, the time to produce new material, new movies, new series on Netflix or Prime, let's not be prejudiced on this. We don't have to wait 6 months for the next series to be released because it should be generated in a weekend.
Yeah, because I mean, animation is normally the thing that takes the longest. Yeah. So just talking about that on the subject of AI, Adobe's got a product called Firefly.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it can create all these videos for you. But what I find interesting is that if you want to create a short movie or whatever, so what you can do is you can give it the script or tell it what the movie's about, and it creates the storyboard for you. So there's what camera angles, what camera shots, all of that stuff for you. So you can just imagine this in the film industry. It's like you got an idea, here's the script. Give the script to the AI goes and generates this thing. And I mean, just think, and just going back to the cost of these tools. Now, this is, for me, the thing is that it's the cost involved. I mean, if we go back to this video.ai, I mean, that's $300 for the year. Just think about the amount of money this industry is going to make, is going to generate in the next couple of years. In the next year. It's just going to explode.
You've got to be first to market, though.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there are just go Google AI video editing tools. Dude, I found 20 tools.
Wow.
More than 20 tools. And I mean, they all got their different sort of features. But I mean, just to put it out there, there's more than 20 AI video editing tools that do various things. Some of them have got the same kind of thing, create subtitles, all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, if I want to create captions for a video, So easy. I go into CapCut, I load the video up, I say auto-generate captions. Auto-generates the captions for me. Normally that would take you 10 or 15 minutes to do. Takes you 5 seconds for it to generate for
Wow,
a
that's
short
impressive.
1 minute clip.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So don't you think like tools like Firefly is going to make video production a lot more accessible?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like professional
Absolutely.
video production, or what we
Absolutely.
perceive as professional video production.
Well, exactly, because the thing is that before you had to go and study to learn what's the right camera angle, what's the right color grading for this mood, what's the right music for that mood. Don't even have to worry about that anymore.
Done deal.
Done deal. So now it's going to be about,
So why bother going to university?
well, this is what a lot of people are saying. But
You can learn it all.
But do you have like an argument?
Well, I mean, I think we were chatting about it, and I was like saying, well, you know, like what's the, okay, you got this productivity tool. You don't even have to know how to do anything. You just need to know how to use the tool. I mean, as a human, what are we losing? We're losing the skill of being able to do that. But is that a problem? And I use the analogy of how software's
We're just
software
gonna get lazy.
developments.
We won't think.
That
we
was
won't
actually a
think for
pretty good
ourselves.
analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, what I was saying to Oleg was that the, like if you look at how software development tools have progressed over the years, before the internet and you're doing C++, if you wanted to create a particular function or whatever, let's say you want to create a button on a window. I mean, you would have to code that yourself. Sometime later, some company decided, okay, you know what you're going to do is we're going to create all the potential controls that you're going to need, and we are going to, you can buy the toolkit. Okay. So what did I lose? I lost the ability or the skill or the experience on how to develop that control, because I didn't have to do it anymore. Okay. That doesn't seem like such a big thing. But now when you're getting to a point now where it's a person's entire 3-year degree, don't even have to worry about. Okay. Now the person doesn't have the skill if they were to try and create a movie without the AI. They don't know the skill. Okay, but there is a benefit. If you are creating the the material using an AI, and you are learning from that how to do it, great. But there are some people that, so there are two kinds of people. People that say, okay, I really want to know how to do this, and then analyze what it gave you and say, okay, now I know if I want to do this in the future, this is that camera angle that I need to use. There's that person. Then there's the other person who says, yeah, I don't care. I just want to be able to bang out as many videos. I don't even need to know how to do it, because I'm never going to do it on my own. I'll just use the AI all the time. They don't learn anything, but they have the ability to pump out the stuff and generate income. Yeah. Anyway, but I mean, you still got to shoot if it gives you the storyboard, you still need to shoot the movie. You still need to shoot the shots.
So you still need to have practical skills.
However, there is still AI that will generate the video for you.
But okay, let's take a step back. AI still requires parameters, input.
Yeah.
So you still need the person to be creative and have the vision to be able to tell the AI tool what it needs.
Well, but remember, one AI tool is feeding another. So I go into, you take the example of a guy who's never written a book in his life, never illustrated a book, goes to ChatGPT, says, give me a children's story on this, and then gets that, and then goes to another AI and says, okay, please create me some illustrations for this book. And then he takes that content and he formats it into a book and he puts it up onto creates an ebook on Amazon.
Mm.
And in a weekend, he pumps out this children's illustrated book and makes a shitload of money overnight.
Yep, but there's going to be a lot of competition.
Mm.
We won't need books anymore
Well, look,
because
I mean,
people
the
won't
thing
read them.
is, that there will be those first front runners that benefit
The pioneers.
financially. The pioneers,
early
yeah.
adopters.
The early adopters, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And then after that, it's just going to become mainstream. And the people that will be doing it won't be earning the millions. They'll be earning a couple of thousand.
Just to pay the rent.
But that's enough. I mean, if you churning out a children's book that people are buying and it took you a couple of hours, who
Well, it
cares?
wouldn't though. It would take less than an hour.
Yeah, I'm just being conservative. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, but we don't read.
I don't
with
know.
all this AI, we don't need to read books anymore. So no.
Yeah.
So,
look,
one
Team
last
seems
question
to be working.
before we run out of time.
Yeah, Team seems to be working. It's not giving me a time limit, but we do have the time limit of the power. And the power's going off in 6 minutes.
If
So
you're going to
let's-
play with technology,
You
can
need
you
electricity.
program some sort of AI tool to change our music?
That's a good idea.
To what? Rebrand the podcast.
Yeah.
Create new logo,
wouldn't say
new background.
No, we don't need to go that
music.
far. I just, start simple. The thing
Come
that
on, let's go.
AI is going to help society and help us with our everyday lives,
no.
things that we never get around to, like changing our intro and exit music.
No. Go large or stay at home, dude. Yeah. Cool.
So
Oh dear.
So I think, I was kind of spot on in terms of my feeling. It's not the teams that's going to be the limitation.
It's going to be the power.
It's going to be Eskom.
Cool, dude. Okay, have you got days of the year?
Oh yeah. So
For us.
today is National Zipper Day.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have got
one.
their caught in the zipper.
Yeah. Actually, that
What are we
didn't come
talking
up on my my
Zipper.
assessment here. Oh dear. I won't ask you when it was invented and all that, because
When was the zipper invented?
well, zipper was actually around before the concept zipper was around before the actual zip was invented.
Okay.
It was invented in 1913, but didn't really take off until the 1950s. And then it just went mental because it was so versatile. Even on those leather jackets from the 80s where you had zippers for no good reason, with 10,000 zippers on your leather jacket. So fun facts. YKK. If you look at your zip,
Yep.
what does it say?
YKK.
Normally it says YKK because they are a major producer of zippers worldwide. And they make enough zippers each year to wrap around the world 50 times.
Oh my word.
Wow.
They make 1.2 million miles worth of zippers a year. That is ridiculous.
Wow. So it's pretty much like a zipper cartel.
Cartel. Yeah.
It's a cartel. It's a money laundering business. No, that's not true. Let's edit that out. Or is it?
Or is it?
But would you classify
So
an
what do you
industry
think
like
the
a
first-
zipper?
Just going back to your question around AI and how we're going to use it. How do you think zippers were first used? Where were they most commonly used?
I don't know, close the bags?
Tobacco pouches was one of the first uses, and the other one was shoes.
Oh wow.
Oh, interesting.
They didn't come into clothing for another decade or two after their creation. So yeah, I mean, it's so annoying. You got all the tobacco in your pouch; it keeps falling out because you've only got a stupid button that keeps coming off. Oh,
A
zipper,
flap.
yeah, a flap.
Flap.
It wasn't
a
until the
button.
1970s that we got zips in jeans,
Oh wow.
and Levi
Mhm.
was the pioneer there,
Oh wow.
and it's become the norm.
Yeah, and now everyone wants to buy Levi's with button ups.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
retro is back. Okay. We're running out of time, so I will say happy birthday. Who's older, Andre Agassi or Uma Thurman?
I think Andre Agassi.
Same age.
Same age. Trick question. Actually, maybe not, because it's probably minutes and hours in between.
Yeah, sure.
Both have their 53rd birthday today.
Oh, wow.
53rd.
Yeah.
So they're only 53. I thought Andre Agassi is like 60.
Getting there.
Willie Nelson is 90 today. Jerry Seinfeld, 69.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis, 66.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I watched a Clint Eastwood movie last night randomly. He's got to be in his 90s now.
Mm. Well, and I'm assuming you mean it's a recent movie.
No, it was a
Oh,
1974 with a very young-looking Jeff Bridges.
okay.
The dude, the Lebowski. No, a young Lebowski. Yeah. And
Well,
on that bombshell.
on that bombshell.
Let's see how accurate
you very
Escom
much.
is.
Let's see if we can beat Escom to the end.
Yeah, we will. Cool, dude. That
Thanks
was,
for playing. See you
that's a
next
wrap.
week.
That's a wrap. I've got to get my right screen, that screen.
Do you need
There
to
we
stop
go.
casting? Like,
Yeah, I'm going to stop casting now.
because
About
like,
Cheers.
if the power goes off, would it automatically stop?
It would,
casting?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool bananas. Bye.
Okay, bye.